Hello and welcome to Titanium Palace Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Aries. Alright, so this is for any planet or star you have in your chart under Aries. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, the way I work, I'll mention the cards as I utilize them. And if I don't, they'll be in the description box below. So, that being said, let's get into your cards, my Arieses. And the first deck I am going to use is the Radleigh Valentine Fairy Tarot deck. Alright. Why did I decide to put on a ring? And I don't know. I feel it disturbs my shuffling. Haha. So, please, angels and guides, anyone with the highest good, Queen of Summer, wanted to say hi. Please come forward and share what my Arieses should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone with the highest good who has a message for my Arieses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share. And we got the Ace of Winter. Ace of Winter would be the Ace of Swords in this deck. Alright. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. Next, you have the Release card. Letting go. The Release is the Death card in this deck. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries. Next, you have the Ten of Spring, which would be the Ten of Wands. So, in this deck, winter represents swords, spring represents wands, and summer represents cups, and autumn represents pentacles. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what else they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides. Next, you have the Nine of Spring. Okay. Interesting combination. And by the way, I use selenite to purify and cleanse my decks. If you are at all interested. So, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share what they should expect by clarifying the Ace of Winter in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good, and you got a collective of pixies. Followed by topsy-turvets at the bottom of the deck, as well as Mike the Myomancer. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, why is the Release card here in the upright? Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Release card is here in the upright. You got Penelope Dreamweaver. Number 1. By the way, Release is scorpionic energy. Then you have the Fairy Godmother and Fairy Guide as well. Now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Ten of Spring is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, why is the Ten of Spring here in the upright? And you got the Dark Lady, followed by Geo the Slow, as well as Taum the Poet, and the Master Maker, and the Rar card. I don't know why, I just have to roll my R's with that one. The Singer of Initiation, no, the Singer of Intuition. Yeah. Singer of Transfiguration. Next. Then you have Solace, as well as the Fawn, and Odak Gnome, which will enable you to undress a salad. And while you're at it, you'll be able to gain courage with the Singer of Courage. Okay, so now, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, please come forward and share why the Nine of Spring is here in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aries, why is the Nine of Spring here in the upright? Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good, and you got the Pook, with List of the Shadows at the bottom of the deck, followed by Gotcha, as well as Mickle a Muckle, and Ecstasis. Yeah. Now, alright, let us begin. Okay. Card numero uno. Ace of Winter, which would be the Ace of Swords, like I mentioned prior. Alright, so it says, don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. About, one moment please. About a collective of pixies, meaning a group that you feel bound to, a group that you really see yourself being around, because this talks of duty, willingness, joyful participation, and virtue. So the group you are intuitively guided to be a part of, even if you see some challenges along the way, you should definitely go towards them. So maybe the challenges along the way are that you perceive. For you to be able to overcome those challenges, you need to change your perspective on certain things. Yep. So that you can gain clarity on them. And what will help you is by being attentive to the small clues that are along your path. Right? Because Mike the Myomancer talks of small clues, details, messages everywhere, and patience. So take your time, don't try to hurry this step. It's not meant to be hurried. But once you do these steps well, alright, what you will be able to do is release. Now the release card is the death card in this deck, as I mentioned. It says let go of the past, unending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. So maybe your old perception is what you need to release and move on from, is what I'm getting. And the reason for that is because you are tapping into Penelope Dreamweaver's energy, which talks of inspiration, magical dreams, and visions. So basically, in order for you to release something and really be free of it, well, you have the idea, you are intent on releasing something, because you have been inspired and you are following the messages, the magical dreams that you're receiving, as well as the visions that you're having. And the fact that you're doing that is a gift from your fairy godmother. It will release you from things that no longer serve you. And with that release, okay, fairy guide is whatever comes to my mind. And with that release, you will feel liberated. You will feel free. You will feel like you've tapped into something of yourself that you never tapped in before, which is amazing. Now, for the third set. The third set starts off with the 10 of Spring. Now, the 10 of Spring talks of ask for help from others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. What really comes to my mind is that you're starting a new cycle. So when you start a new cycle, when you're not used to the new cycle, you will feel like a little bit burdened because you're trying to, understand how to do this. But it might take some time, right? And a way that you will be able to turn that 10 of Spring into an Ace of Spring, all right, is by tapping into your unconscious powers with the Dark Lady, which talks of unconscious powers and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, secrets. It's being able to tap into your subconscious and be able to tap into those little secrets, those little rituals that everybody knows of, and yet you still have to learn because you are new to this cycle, right? And I'm talking about cycles, and then pops out Geo the Slow. Now, Geo the Slow talks of cycles of time, slowness, yeah, waiting, patience. Patience twice in this reading. Yes. So this might take a moment. Don't fret. It is going to come to pass. It is okay. Everybody goes through this. When you start a new cycle and you feel a little apprehensive, it's normal to feel this way. And that's why you've decided to be intently observe something so that you can understand its patterns and be better at predicting what will come next because of you knowing the pattern of what you are embarking upon. I hope that makes sense. And once you do that, you'll be able to tap into the Master Maker energy, which talks of skill, craftsmanship, magician, moral strength, and invention. So you basically tapped into this rhythm of this new cycle, and with that you are able to reinvent yourself and be able to skillfully maneuver around this new repetition or this new method, and you're like, I'm a part of this project now, or thing that I have been observing for so long. Yay, I understand it. That's when you tap into the Raw card energy. Now the Raw card talks of wild energy, pure potential. Because you have now integrated yourself into this system, and because you now understand how it operates, you can now you can now subconsciously respond to what is happening. And when you subconsciously respond, it is now a response, like an automatic response. So it's basically, it's wild potential, wild energy, pure potential, because you no longer have to think about it. It's ingrained within you. It's a part of you. It's like, it's your default mechanism. And with that default mechanism comes a knowing that is connected to your intuition. it's so ingrained in you that it's become a part of you, and you don't even have to think about how you are going to respond to something when it pops up, is basically what this is saying. Because the Singer of Intuition talks of perceptiveness, oracular powers, and awareness, as well as trust. Now the next card is the Singer of Transfiguration. Now the Singer of Transfiguration talks of transcendence, transformation, and metamorphosis. So with all these things that happen in you in the set, you have transformed yourself into something better, grander, something that knows how to like dance with the punches or go along with the punches, who knows how to react when something when someone gives them something, they know how to react without stepping on toes. And with that comes solace. Now solace talks of spiritual empowerment, knowledge, consciousness, synthesis. So you have the knowledge of what is going on around you, know how to deal with it, and you have synthesized all the little details, and you have consciously thought of all the little details that are coming to you from your senses, and through all that information, all that data that you've gathered through your senses, you're now able to synthesize what it is that you need to do. It's so ingrained in you that you no longer have to think about it anymore. It's become a default mode. Then you have the Faun. Now the Faun talks of understanding the nature of nature, natural wisdom, natural magic. So basically, with that Solace card, you are able to tap into the Faun card. Okay, you have now tapped into an information, in French we would say un banque de données. That would be a plethora of information. Well, it's not really a plethora, but it's like somewhere where all this information is stored. But it's not really somewhere where it's stored. It's more like you see it all around, so you don't have to think about it because you already automatically know what to do in every situation. Next, you have Odak Gnome. Now, Odak Gnome talks of breaking of patterns and habits. Of course, it talks of other stuff like Trickster, creative chaos, wild energies, but at the very end, it talks of breaking of patterns and habits. So you have understood your own nature, and you've understood how to obtain something that you really, really, really want. And because you've understood that, all right, you are now seeming impossible to others. Like you're an improbability because you're so bizarre. I mean, everyone in the background of this picture has brown skin, whereas this guy in the foreground has blue skin. So to all these brown folk, this blue dude is like, where'd you come from? You weird, right? And so that blue dude, or as I lovingly nicknamed him, the Smurf yesterday, okay, is going to need to tap into his Singer of Courage. Because the Singer of Courage talks of bravery, sublimation of fear, moral strength, and moral strength. Basically, that blue dude, that Smurf, seeing as he's in unknown territory surrounded by brown folk, he needs to take his courage by both arms and be like, I am going to stand my ground. Yeah. Now, the last set, alright, starts off with the 9 of Spring. There is a de-escalation. As you can see, we went from the 10 of Spring to the 9 of Spring. So the 9 of Spring talks of protect the fruit of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. So what I'm getting is that wait a minute. So you have gained a little bit of strength. You are no longer at wit's end with the 10 of spring. Now you have a little more fight left in you and you can stand on your own 2 feet. So you decided to go back out and try once more to protect your environment or your grounds or what have you, because this card says protect the fruits of your labors, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, environmental conservation. You are being called to protect yourself from whatever is coming to you from the environment, right? And one of the best ways to do that is to understand that you're gonna have to be adaptive. You're gonna have to change the way you appear, your shape, because there's always good and bad and bad and good. So in order for you to be able to resolve something, you are going to be able to think on both the good and the bad side of it, so that you can decide on what will actually resolve the issue in the best way possible, right? Next is List of the Shadows. Now, List talks of healing the shadows, addictions, bondage, self-esteem. So I feel like, seeing as you now have the ability to see the good and the bad and the bad and the good, you have gained self-esteem. You've healed your shadow side, and you have now gained more awareness of what is around you, which to some people it is a shock because they were not expecting this from you. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But all you're doing is being appreciative for what you already have. So you really don't really care what other people think of you. And let me just tell you that is the best perception to have. I mean, you should care to a certain extent, to the point where you have to keep your face, you have to look good, be good, so that you can give off the right impression, have people want to come and talk to you. But also be able to say, okay, this is not important. Why am I giving it so much attention? Just be happy with what you have and what you are able to manifest in your reality, which is the most important of them all. And if you concentrate on what you can manifest into your reality, you will be able to tap into the ecstasis card. Now, the ecstasis card, okay, talks of ecstasy, joy, rapture, and motivation. It's basically because you are basically taking care of you, and you are someone you're dealing with, okay? It's taking care of themselves, and they are on point. They know what they need to do. They know how to interact with the people around them, and they're able to defend themselves and be able to interact with others. That is how I feel they are being ecstatic about their life. They are in love with their life. Okay? So, my gorgeous Aries, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Arieses, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!